Then I'll check my phone. Check my phone. Am I doing live now? Sometimes I need to check. Okay, we're live. So let me. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Mike, and to all our subscribers from all over the world, maraming salamat po sa pagtutok sa amin. And this is, wait lang, nag-feedback ako sa YouTube. Tignan lang. Tignan ko lang ang YouTube namin. Bakit ako nag-feedback sa YouTube? Oh, ayan. So sige. So again po, maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik nyo po sa amin, sa aming YouTube live, na kung saan, ayan, marami na tayong nanonood ngayong Friday. It's a Friday night. Happy Friday po sa inyong lahat. And a very informative discussion again tonight because ang makakasama natin isang millennial. Nakasama ko siya before nung ako'y nag-aaral pa sa University of Hong Kong, and one of my good friends sa university. And tinaguriang siyang, kaya ang title natin, The Global Citizen, kasi iba't ibang bansa na ang kanyang napuntahan, iba't ibang bansa na ang kanyang tinirhan. So, kukumustahin po natin siya ngayong gabi. And alamin natin kung paano ba mamuhay ang isang millennial at paano ang isang millennial napunta sa iba't ibang lugar, nagtrabaho, tumira, at saan pa, ano pa ang future plans niya or ano pa ang future goals niya. So, yun po yung pag-uusapan natin ngayong gabi. Ayan, marami na po tayong mga nanonood sa ating mga subscribers. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe sa ating video so that you will be notified for our next episode sa ating YouTube. So sige, pakilala po natin ang ating guest for tonight. Our guest for tonight, he is an analyst in the tech industry. It's a big tech industry. He's currently based in Singapore, where he's been living for the past 4 years. So nandun na po siya 4 years. Kaya pala hindi ko na siya nakikita. Akala ko nandito pa siya sa Hong Kong. He grew up in Hong Kong. He also spent time in the US. Tanong natin kung saan part ng US siya tumira. And France for work and studies. He loves music. Oh, ano pa yung type of music pinakikinggan? He loves to travel. That's why, tanong natin din kung ilang bansa na kanyang napuntahan. And he loves outdoors. He's passionate about technology, using technology to create social impact. So, ang guest po natin ngayong gabi, one of my good friends, please welcome Mr. Hilton Lam. Hi, Hilton.
Hey,
Yes!
thanks, Marco. It was so
Yes!
fun. I've never been introduced in Filipino.
I think I should have introduced you in full Filipino, much better, right?
It was so cool. I was like, I could like hear a few words that I could barely understand. But hopefully, you said something great about me, Michael.
Yeah, all positive, all good. I think you have friends there. You have Filipino friends you're in Singapore right now, right?
Correct. Yes.
And you've been there for 4 years now.
Yeah, I've been living in Singapore for four
And
years.
for sure, there are plenty Filipinos there as well in Singapore. You have friends?
Yeah, there are tons. Like, yeah, I've met quite a few friends playing volleyball, and they're from the Philippines. And one of my coworkers, who is based in Dublin, but like he's been in Singapore before, he's also from the Philippines. Well, met tons of Filipino friends here.
Okay. And have you been to the Philippines so far?
Yeah, definitely. Not recently, unfortunately, but I went there when I was little.
Oh, okay. But when we were studying at the university, have you visited Philippines during those time? No.
Not when I was in university. I went there, I think, when I was a teenager.
Okay. And probably later we discuss when we stayed in the hall, you tried the Filipino food. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, So let's start. Oh, before we start, we have so many friends greeting us tonight, and they say good evening to you. They are all our Filipino friends saying good evening sa'yo. So in Tagalog, we call it magandang gabi sa'yo. So that's the translation of good
Awesome.
evening. Okay.
I would love to repeat that, but I can't.
You should have learned. You should have learned to speak Filipino, right?
You
No.
have? You have taught me at uni.
But anyway, briefly, can you describe your growing up years when you were growing here in Hong Kong? Your childhood in particular.
It was actually pretty typical. I grew up in the New Territories. Very simple, very typical family in Hong Kong. I think the only one thing that was cool is that my parents love traveling as well, so they always like traveled with me. I was told that like before I even turned 1 year old, I already had been to a few countries.
Wow.
Uh, Although I have no memory of that, so my mom always jokes that like, oh, maybe we should have saved the money and just took you to the playground because like
Uh-uh.
you didn't have any memory of that, which is true. I don't think I actually remember any travels until probably I was like 8 or something.
Okay. And then, do you have siblings?
No, I'm a single child.
Okay. Yeah. I remember when you had your graduation at the university, and I was working at the university. I was at the park, and I saw you with your family taking graduation photo. I think that was the last time I saw you at the university, right? That was,
Yeah, I must no. Yeah, at the university, yes, but we
yes,
met. So
university. Yeah, but that was 2015.
yes, late 2015.
Yeah, 2015. And then what you miss most during these growing up years, during your childhood? Do you miss something? Do you like games? You play games or whatsoever?
Um, I don't know. Like growing up.
You don't miss
Just like
anything.
my friends, like how you would just like play games with them all the time and hang out with them,
Uh,
and they all live in the neighborhood, so you could like meet them so easily.
yeah. But after your secondary, you decided to take your university. Did you plan to go to Hong Kong U or somewhere else or other universities in Hong Kong?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about different options.
Mm,
I honestly didn't really know what I wanted to do.
mm,
When I was in secondary school, so I had like all sort of kind of degrees that I picked from everything in physiotherapy
uh-uh,
to occupational therapy
uh,
to business to finance to I think even like social sciences and different things. So I
uh.
had no idea, but I somehow got into the first choice, so that was good. And yeah, so I moved to
So
Hong Kong Island and then lived in Hong Kong.
yeah, so you don't have a definite plan of what career or what specific degree that you would want, or did you have this ambition? Because some of the mothers of our Filipino workers here or watching us, they want their kids to study business, study law, study medicine. Is it the same in your case, or your parents just allow you to take whatever program or degree that you would want to take?
My parents ideally probably wanted me to become a doctor,
Mm-mm.
or probably somewhere in the medical field. I was never really interested, except maybe like physiotherapy. I had thought about that. Um, um, yeah, I wasn't exactly clear what I wanted to do until maybe honestly just a couple years ago, maybe a year ago.
Mm-mm.
Definitely not in secondary school, but I knew I want to do something creative and fun and something interesting,
Mm-mm.
and that allowed me to travel around the world and live abroad. Like it was always kind of a goal to go abroad.
Go abroad. And then when you entered Hong Kong you took up what program, what degree have you
Yeah, so my
completed? Yeah.
first major was in international business and global management. The second one was in political science.
Oh, you have double major.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. That one is international business, and then the other one is political science.
yeah.
How difficult it was. Okay. I think one of the most difficult programs at the university, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Um, it was hard to get in,
Uh-uh.
for sure. But like I think going through that was not hard. Um,
Mm-mm.
I wish I studied something harder, honestly.
And then did you have any regret, particularly now that you graduated? Any second thoughts that I should have taken engineering or
Yeah, for sure, definitely. If I could chose it again, maybe like yeah, definitely computer science or
okay.
somewhere like quantitative because I'm in data science now. So that is very relevant to me. So somewhere quantitative or computer, maybe with a second major in social sciences.
Hmm. Okay. And then when you were at Hong Kong U, when I met you, you were so active with these extracurricular activities. You've been involved with so many activities inside the university. Can you still recall what are these activities that you have joined or participated when you were at the Hong Kong U?
Yeah, there were tons. Like I couldn't remember everything,
And you were
like
so
because
busy during those time. You
like
go
mostly
home
with
late.
fun
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
fun stuff. Um, I lived in the halls. We call them halls. They're basically dormitories in Hong Kong.
Uh,
Uh, there are lots of activities, that you play and hang out with your friends in dormitories. So I did drama. Uh, I did like volleyball all the time, sports,
mm,
and then at school I was very interested in like anything that about like nonprofit and social entrepreneurship and social impact. So I was involved in some of the projects or about
uh,
like domestic workers research and um, uh, I was I started a social entrepreneurship club ish in the university to kind of promote social entrepreneurship. I was involved in the World Model United Nations,
mm,
um, Harvard over there in Brussels. So I like attend a bunch of like Model United Nations
mm.
events. So I was very interested in like kind of the I guess the social space at the time.
And tons of stuff that you've been doing when you were in the university. And then during those years, is it Lunghwa or the Sunhing College is the first hall that you've stayed or you've stayed in previous halls before?
So I lived in like RC Lee Hall and then Norwalk College.
Okay. Why did you move to Lunghwa, to residential colleges?
I just want to take it easy.
Okay. And that's the time that I met you. Okay. Do you still remember what room number you were assigned?
No way. All I remember was the food that you made.
The which one?
The food that you made.
Okay. The congee. The congee.
Exactly.
Okay. But I remember we stayed in the 27th floor, right? We
I
were
don't
on
know.
the pioneer batch. Do you have a roommate during those time? You can remember
I had a roommate. I had a roommate from Korea,
from Korea. Who's your roommate? I still remember.
Robin. That's his name.
Robin.
Yeah.
Robin. Oh yeah. How is he now? Are you still in touch with Robin?
No, unfortunately.
Mhm. I am not sure if he's using Facebook as well. I'm not sure. And but the rest, some of our floor mates, they are in touch. Like Wataru from Japan. Still remember
Yeah,
Kunal. Kunal, I think Kunal is working here. Kunal is from Indonesia. Am I right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the tall guy, what Walter. Walter from
The
Netherlands.
little, yeah,
Yeah, I still recall all those are the friends that we've had. Have you had your exchange, by the way,
yeah. So I did that in France.
in France? And then how many months or years have you stayed in France?
I was there for 6 months.
6 months. So did you enjoy?
Yeah, it was lovely. I
Okay.
loved the experience in Europe and being able to meet like all sorts of people from different countries and cultures and
Mhm.
travel around Europe. That was kind of my first attempt to live abroad and also got to have so many friends in different countries.
Yeah. And for sure, you're still in contact with them, in touch with those
Yeah,
your friends in
yeah. I
France.
met my friend, my Polish roommate earlier. When was that? Maybe like earlier last year.
Uh,
We met in Italy, I
Yeah,
think.
okay. Yeah, you've been traveling a lot, huh? How many countries have you traveled so far? Because the topic is global citizen, and most of the time, or the audience are curious that on how many countries have you visited?
I just had a look because I had a list
Oh, you have
before.
a list. You have this kind of a map where you put pins on each cities or countries that you have visited.
Yeah, I used to have a scratch map that I will scratch the places that I've been.
Uh-uh.
Um, I just counted, so it was 38 countries.
38 countries. Oh, can you name at least 10 that are not 10 favorite countries that you have visited?
Well, 10 favorites is hard, but I can just give you some random names.
Yeah, okay.
Most recently, I've been to Ireland, the Republic of Ireland,
Uh-uh.
Mexico, Canada, the US, Morocco, um, Israel,
Uh-uh.
the UK. Somewhere special could be like, I guess, Monaco,
Mm-mm.
Greece,
Why so
Turkey,
special?
Russia,
Okay.
Nepal,
Okay.
Indonesia, Cambodia, Myanmar.
And then once you travel alone or you travel with a group of friends.
Yeah, it depends on the occasion. So some of them were with my family, some of them with my classmates, some of them were with my friends or by myself.
Okay. And which among these countries that you keep on visiting? Is there such a country that you wanna there's a special memory or special thing that you wanna go back from time to time for this
Yeah.
specific country? Which one?
Um, I mean, like I think the countries that I have visited the most is probably Thailand. Just because I live in Singapore now, it's so easy to go to Thailand. It's just I think maybe like 2 hours away. So I think for the past few years I might have been there like 6 or 8 times or something like that. So that I love Thailand, from the culture and food and the people and the events, the nature and the water and the beaches and everything's great. I love. I think that place once I maybe when I move to Europe, or if I move to Europe, um, I would probably go to like Italy and the Mediterranean countries more often. I also love Canada as well, so I could see that I'll go back to Canada more.
Which part of Canada? Isn't it?
So my most memorable trip was probably to BC, so British Columbia. Was able to like just see the mountain and the water there, and yeah, Canada's amazing.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, me too. I visited the BC a few years back. I love it and the culture, the weather. But I didn't stay for so long. But I want to go back uh, after all this pandemic. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking back when we were at the hall, any fondest memory in the hall? What is the most one thing that you remember during the hall? I think in my case that was the most uh, the memorable for me, staying in the hall, meeting different students, different cultures, different backgrounds, where we share our food every night. I think that's the most. We knock on the room of our floor mates, and we've been eating. We've been cooking late at night actually, and then
Yeah.
we share food, right? From
Yeah.
Germany to Hong Kong to India to Pakistan, different. And I share food as well, right? I remember you always asked me to cook congee. Oo, yun po. Yun po yung...
Well, I can testify your congee is amazing. I still remember it was very soft and very good.
Okay. So you haven't tried congee since then? The one that I usually prepare.
No, no, it was never as good as yours.
Okay. So ayun mga kababayan kasi every day, sorry, I need to speak in Filipino for the benefits of the viewers because nung nakasama ko po si Hilton, mga kababayan, I usually cook lugaw or arroz caldo. And it so happened that this guy would always go to the pantry late at night and then asking me, what is that food? The smell is good. And then, oh, yun na. I
You made me
usually
feel like you made me sound like I was just like there to try to like steal. That.
but you always ask me. Sometimes you knock on my room and then ask me. Well, but it's good because I am not putting you in. But don't worry. The moment that you come back here, or if I would go there in Singapore, but I don't want to go there and just cook congee for you. But anyway, probably I will do it. I would do it
Ah,
if I visit Singapore, or if you go back here in Hong Kong. And then during those time, isn't it? You joined the program for the domestic workers, right? And then you were the one who created all the posters, right?
I don't quite remember the details, but I was definitely involved in the research project with the two PhD students in Hong Kong U who were looking into the issues of domestic workers in Hong Kong. And I
Mm-mm.
remember I met the organization in Hong Kong that were taking care of the domestic workers in Hong Kong and making sure that they're doing fine. I remember I did a few interviews with them.
Yeah, and then also we work with Sarah. If you remember Sarah, still remember Sarah?
I'm not sure.
Okay, okay. Anyway, I haven't. Where's Sarah now? I don't know where she is. Moving on. After your Hong Kong U, what happened? Where have you been? Did you work right away? Did you work in Hong Kong, or did you go to other places?
Yeah, so after uni, I went to the US, where I was working in like a tech accelerator, which means it's like an investment firm who invest in early stage tech startups in Austin, in Texas.
Mm-mm.
It was wonderful. It was probably one of the most memorable experiences of my life. I was able to work with like really high caliber people from all over the country and work with them, and I still keep in touch with a lot of them who became my personal mentors and friends, really, and the experience with America and be able to travel around America is really
Mm.
cool.
And then how many years you've stayed in the US?
Just a year.
A year. So
Yeah.
after 1 year, you finish your job there. Where did you go next? You keep
The-
on traveling, huh?
yeah, no, after that was Singapore. So I came to.
Singapore. So is this the present job right now? Or is
No, I changed a few jobs. Yeah.
okay? So after US, you went to Singapore. You
Yeah.
work as
So I was always working in the tech industry. So before my current job, I was in a company that that sells these like software to help people manage their social media.
mm-mm.
Um, yeah, so doing very similar things over there.
So how easy is your job now? That's my question. How easy or how difficult is your job? Because you're
Yeah,
working in a big tech industry.
yeah. I would say there are definitely challenges at
Uh-uh.
times, but I'm feel very fortunate for being able to be where I am right now. It's really fun. I think we have interesting challenges that we deal with on a daily basis, a lot of information to digest because we are such a big company. But it's really fun. I love the job that I
Mhm.
have.
And then you've been there for 4 years, as you mentioned. Any plans of going somewhere else again, or be relocated, or be assigned to other countries?
Yeah, definitely. I keep my mind open and exploring different options and thinking about what was great for the next step. I'd love to get a master's
Mm-mm.
in data science as well. So that's all in my mind.
Yeah, and particularly now because of the current situation, because of the pandemic, how do you struggle? How do you cope? Let me rephrase my question. How do you cope with this pandemic, particularly working from home, or do you still go to the office to work?
No, I've been working from home for 4 months now.
Okay, so you were able to adjust it already. No major.
Yeah, it was quite hard in the beginning when I didn't have a monitor as a setup. I was working in my living room on the dining table with my mats next to me right now. Um, Uh, but after I got a monitor and a proper desk and setup, it got a lot better. And I just try to exercise and do the things that I like and make sure that I take time to rest during the day as well. That has got a lot better. I think I miss the interaction with my friends more than
Mm-mm.
going to the office.
Yeah, but in your case, what I admire to you most is how do you manage this kind of things where you go to different countries, you live in this different countries, and you were able to adjust right away. What is your technique, or what is your How do you manage this one? Because I think some of our viewers would want to know, because for example, in my case, when we were talking before, when I go out, when I travel, I usually see, um, I want to have my friends with me. That's my comfort zone. I cannot travel alone, or sometimes if I travel alone, it would be very difficult for me. In your case, you could just go to different countries anywhere you want. You are brave enough. But how you manage this one?
Yeah, I feel like traveling and moving to a different country is a little different. Like traveling is quite easy
Mm,
just by yourself, but I feel like over time, I used to travel more often
mm,
before. Like when I was in uni, especially in Europe, I would always just backpack by myself and go to different countries, like house serve in like strangers' houses, quite
yeah.
crazy. I don't do that anymore.
You used to do that, right? Oh, until
Yeah,
now.
I used to just like hit people up on houseserving.com and just be like, hey, I'm a student,
Are you not
uh,
afraid?
um, I will find the people with good reviews. There's a few weird events that happened, but then overall, no, nothing dangerous ever happened.
Okay. Yeah, because I think if you would stay, if in my case, I have never stayed in a hostel. Every time I traveled, I usually stay in a hotel.
Yeah,
Uh, and because you were the one who told me before, try to go to a hostel, try to go to those families who can sponsor travel, because you need to experience. Because some of the millennials would do that. In my case, I have never tried that one. As you have mentioned, that there are some pleasant, some are unpleasant stories in staying to these places, right?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to stay in hostels when I was a student. I don't do that anymore. Uh,
Okay,
it,
it's because you're
now
earning. That's
I enjoy
different.
my comfort and my private space and
Uh-uh.
security.
Mm,
Yeah, things. I think when you get older, it's definitely feel different.
okay.
I still miss. Okay, that being said, though, I like being able to interact with locals. I found it very hard to 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 meet locals if you're not staying in on a couch serving
Uh-uh.
house, because now I travel just to go to a hotel and go to see different spots.
Uh-uh.
It's quite hard to meet locals except when I have friends there. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. And during your free time, what do you usually do now? How do you spend your quality time, if you have quality time?
Quality time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or
I'm
even
not sure
before,
about
even before
quality
without
time.
this virus.
I mean, like besides working, I watch a lot of Netflix shows. I've exhausted all the movies and shows I want to watch. Play a lot of music, so I try to just learn something new and
Uh-uh.
try to pick up jazz music.
So,
Um,
okay. So you prefer to be alone, even before this virus, you prefer to be alone by having the own comfort at your home, at your place, watching Netflix, listening to music, or comparing to go outdoors where with so many people, interacting with so many people. Which one you prefer?
I think it's a balance, right? I think
Mhm.
with the pandemic lockdown, every introvert, even the introverts, would tell you that they want to meet their friends as well. So, you just don't want to go too extreme. So I wouldn't say I prefer one or the other. I think it's a good mix. But I definitely like my personal space sometimes.
Uh, so what was the last movie you've seen? You mentioned that you've been watching Netflix. Which one? If you would recommend three, which three movies that you've seen lately that you would want to recommend to our viewers?
Uh, I don't know.
It's on the spot. I'm
That's
gonna
yeah, because
spoil.
that's I've watched so many. I really like Red Sea Diving Resort.
Okay.
Um, that is a show about the Israeli spies trying to rescue
Mm-mm.
uh, the Ethiopian Jews
Uh,
back in the days. It was quite cool.
uh,
Really interesting show. Um, I don't remember. I can't recall.
do you
I
watch?
watched
Do you
lots of.
prefer watching action, thriller, or what genre of movies that you usually watch?
I watch all kinds of stuff. Like
Oh, yes.
I
Okay.
watch like I love stand-up comedy, so I watch a ton of comedies. Like,
Okay.
and I watch a lot of just cheesy, boring TV shows.
Romantic. You don't like rom-com movies. You don't like.
Yeah, a
Ah,
little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I love my like sci-fi, but that like, has to be realistic,
okay.
and documentaries or like history movie, like movies about a true story. I think I love movies about true stories, like whatever story it could be.
How about reading books?
Yeah, I read regularly, and but I mostly listen to books. Like I think honestly, that has been like a life-changing hack for me. Audiobooks is amazing.
So which one are you reading right now?
Now I'm listening to Good Economics. Sorry,
Okay. Still.
Good Economics on full time, bad times. I think it's called Good Economics
Uh-uh.
during bad times.
Uh-uh. Yeah. How about the Korean drama series? Because now it's in. Some of my local friends are watching Korean novellas or the series. Do you watch this Korean novellas?
I don't quite like shows that I don't understand the language, like because I have to like read the subtitles and pay attention
Okay.
to it. That's a little challenging.
Mm-mm. And the last country that you visited?
Uh, I want to. Is it Ireland? I think
What's
it's.
the island or place that you visited?
Yeah, I must have been Ireland. It's been so long.
Okay. Which one?
Ireland.
Okay. And then this one. Can you name three things that you can't live without? You can't live without.
I can't live without
Mm. What are three things?
social media.
Okay. So are you a social media person?
I'm not like I can live
Yeah.
without.
Or live without. Okay. Mm.
Um, Coriander.
Okay. Your answer. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh,
Horrible music, I guess.
okay. In terms of music, I didn't ask what kind of music that you usually listen. Rock, heavy metal.
I feel like it was such a basic question. Like all my questions are like it depends, or like there's so many. I honestly listen to everything all the
Ev-
way from like pop to jazz and classical and reggae. The only genre that I don't usually listen to is EDM and heavy metal
okay.
or rock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why? Just a preference.
sounds like noise to me.
Okay. Are you getting old? Because last time when I was talking to you, I don't want loud music, and then you've been telling me, no, because you're getting old. No, I could listen myself to you now. Okay.
No, I like all kinds of other genres. Like
Oh, how about this one? Next country that you would want to visit that you haven't visited so far. Any such country
there's
or
so many,
place?
so I don't know what's like the next one.
Uh-uh.
I guess maybe somewhere in maybe Sweden probably.
You haven't been to Sweden?
Yeah, no, I've never been to Scandinavia, unfortunately.
Okay. Mm, mm. Or this one. Are you the type of person who would want to go for a good brand, particularly shoes, or um, not not so good, not with the brands? Are you a particular with brands?
I don't care about brands.
Okay, doesn't
But I
matter.
care about the quality though. I like good quality stuff, but I don't believe that quality usually comes from the brand, or at least
Okay.
may not justify the price tag. So I
Okay.
don't care about the brand per se.
Okay. But in terms, because I've had a millennial research before, I told you about this one. And the millennials have different taste in terms of the clothes, in terms of the shoes, or in terms of the things that they usually wear or use. In your case, most of your clothes are what line? Are they from a specific brand or just random clothes?
It's just random clothes from the malls. I
Okay.
too.
Similar with the similar with shoes. Are you into Adidas, Nike, or Under Armour, or doesn't matter?
I like all of them, but I like good quality uh, stuff.
Okay. So
Like
if
so,
I
I
would
don't like the ones that are very thin and just poorly made.
okay, if I would open your closet, what brand of shoes would I be seeing there most?
Shoes,
Yeah, in terms of your shoes.
I think we'll see like Nike. I think that's what we're gonna see.
Okay. So would you choose a new dream car or would you choose a brand new house?
Of course, a brand new house
You prefer a house over a car.
is much
Okay.
more valuable than a car.
Yeah. And in Singapore, do you drive?
No.
No. Okay. Well, and then probably you would be relocated again eventually soon, right? Okay.
Yes.
Mm. And what is next to Mr. Hilton Lam? What is next to you?
Getting out of
You're
the
still young,
house.
you're still young, right? You're still young. So what is the next 5 years? How do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
My goal now is just to get out of the house and make sure that I, get some fresh air outside of the house.
Okay, because
Make
you
sure,
were locked down for how many months now? For 4 months, I think. Yeah.
make sure I don't get killed by COVID.
Mm-mm.
5 years later, it's hard to say. The world changes so quickly.
Uh,
I definitely want to go back to school part time. Um,
yeah. Mm-mm.
uh, Maybe go to a different country and explore different opportunities over there. Um, yeah,
If you want to go back to school, are you taking MBA or what master's program that you would want to take?
Data science,
Okay, and
yeah, economics, somewhere like quantitative.
yeah, because you are really aligned uh, to those fields. I wish you good luck, whatever endeavors that you'll be going through, your direction, your path. And please stay in touch. And the last time that we've met when you visited Hong Kong, is it a year ago, 2 years ago? When you
I
just,
want to say maybe like 2 years ago.
yeah, 2 years ago. So I hope that you can come back again soon once this outbreak is over so that we could have a small reunion with Terry. Terry would be my guest in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, or the three of us would have another live episode, YouTube live stream again. And then before we end, some of the mothers are watching right now and there are plenty they've been saying good evening to you and then now they've been telling you they can cook congee for you as well
Oh,
because
really?
they've
Oh,
been,
that's amazing.
I've
Yes,
been
I'll write down my address.
did you try any other Filipino food, the one that we cooked before? Did we cook adobo, the one with the pork, or you
I
cannot?
remember, I remember you made the crusty pork belly kind of thing.
Oh, lechon. So did I? Did I
It was
create the lechon?
it was really nice.
Okay, so ayan po mga kababayan, kumain din po siya ng lechon. I've been telling them that you ate lechon. Okay, lechon and the chicken, the whole chicken, when we roasted the whole chicken, right? Still remember that?
I don't remember that.
Because you remember you only ate, uh, right? At least you ate the half of the chicken or the whole chicken when we were roasting the chicken. But anyway, can you give us a message, or because some of the mothers are watching right now, they have kids like you, same age as you, and that they would want their kids to be like you, successful, been traveling to different countries, have a nice work. Uh, what advice can you give the mothers or the kids in particular? Let's just uh, address this. What advice? What piece of advice can you give, particularly the kids watching tonight?
That's so hard. I've never had kids before. Kids, so I'm not sure if I am in a position to give parenting advice. But I think definitely encourage your kids to to really kind of go beyond what they think they are capable of. Like I think they can go so far and so high and so horizontal wherever they want to go. There's so many opportunities out there if they believe in themselves and they find the right opportunities and learn and persist. I think that's definitely great. And yeah, definitely try to allow them to go abroad and meet different cultures and keep an open mind, because I think the human interaction between different people really inspires you. I think the third thing is if they're interested in anything, if they're interested in technical stuff, learning something technical is definitely helpful in building a career, especially if they're interested in moving abroad.
Any piece of advice to the mothers or to the parents who are away from their kids, just like you are far away from your parents. Any piece of advice for the parents?
Just keep in touch more by WhatsApp or text messages and about casual things. I think I always appreciate just like getting pictures of them from my parents or my family on the most random casual things, because that is how that I guess people clicked with each other.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like a formal chat where we set up time with.
Uh, With that, thank you so much for guesting on our YouTube live stream. And thank you for the years that we've been friends. And you always amaze me with the things that you've been doing from the tech side, from the involvement, different activities that you've been into. In terms of traveling different countries, you always share to me your experiences before, your good memories. And now, after 5 years, I think 5 years, I'm so proud of you that you have come so far, from the guy who always eat my conchi. And now look at you now. Okay, I wish
Oh, it's
you
very kind of you. Thanks for having me.
I hope that stay in touch, be safe, and good luck. All the best to all the things that you've been doing in Singapore. Make us proud. Okay? So again po sa ating pong mga kababayan, isa na namang episode ang natunghayan ninyo sa isang global citizen na kung saan nakatravel siya ng 38 different countries, different places, and he's doing his way, proving himself na yung po kanyang mga pinagdaanan and looking forward sa kanyang uh, future. So sana ganun din po ang ating mga anak, yung po mga anak ninyo, na stay in touch with them, communicate with them, and let's pray that one day maging successful din po sila sa kanilang mga job na kanilang pupuntahan. Anyway, mag-ingat po kayo. Stay happy, stay healthy, be positive. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share our YouTube live stream or YouTube channel. And please watch on Sunday because our topic is dealing with uncertainty. Our guest is a psychologist from Canada. Ang guest po natin ngayong Sunday, yung pong may stress po sa inyo, yung pong nakakaroon ng anxiety. And also, this is interesting for those kababayan, OFWs, experiencing love issues, love and relationship. We would be asking our psychologist this coming Sunday. Once again, this is Dr. Mike. Hanggang sa muli po, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you, Hilton, and good evening to
Thank
all.
you.
Yeah, okay,
Bye.
bye.